Here we are at the ACX main screen, and I'm logged into my ACX account. I've already created it. I did have to do some tax stuff, and I do realize that this is for, I think it's just U.S. residents only, which is yet another reason why something like Find Away Voices is interesting, because they will get you into ACX without having to live in the States. So, although I don't live in the States, I used to, and I still have my account there, and I have an address and a bank account, so I guess that lets me do this. Otherwise, I will be finding out shortly that I can no longer do it. But while I still can, I'm going to give it a try. So I have not done ACX, although I'm just trying to do this for the course to show how to do it, or at least to get as far as I can, because I would like to give a shot with my next book. I want to do Find a Way for everything except Audible, Amazon, iTunes, and do that separately, directly through ACX, and then the everything else to Find a Way, partly as an experiment, partly I want to see their reporting and see if it's even interesting in doing that. And again, part of this is also, well, and I'm already getting such a small cut from ACX, it's because I'll show you in a second here, I don't get if I'm not doing exclusive, which I really don't want to do, then I'm making my cut from 40% down to 25%. Then I'm giving Find a Way 20% of that 25%, which is down to like 20% of my Audible book. So even if my book costs $10, I'm going to get $2. So just trying to make the best of that a little meager world, and at least show you how to do this. Here we go then. I'm at ACX, and I am going to do one thing I could not figure out. You'll see in a sec here. Add your title. And what if I wanted to do a book that I didn't already have or create? I looked and I couldn't figure out how to do that right away. So what they're saying is, here, we helped you. Here are some books that maybe you already sort of own, and maybe you want to do these. So that's what I'm going to do, because I'm looking for my Utrecht book. There it is. So this is my book. Great. Here we go. All right. You are claiming Utrecht is yours. Yep, it's mine. So here, what do we want to do? There's different options. I'm looking for someone to narrate and produce my audiobook. So then we would go the ACX path of the whole narration and production process. I don't want to do that one. I already have the audio files for this book, and I want to sell it. So I kind of have that, although I'm working on it right now. I want to find out how to narrate this book and upload the files later. Well, I already know how to narrate this book, so I think they're going to give me tips here on how to do it. Great. Which is great, and get some help from them. But here I'm going to say I already have the audio files. So there we go. Now, please specify your territories and terms. What territory rights do you own? I should say here, I am not an attorney, and any legal advice you take from me is not legally binding. I control, I don't know, world. Sounds good to me. Do not take my legal advice here. Here, this is the important one. This one I can advise you on. What type of distribution do you want? Exclusive, 40% royalty, yay. Or non-exclusive, 25% royalty. Ooh, big difference, right? Almost double. The big difference is, yes, you will be in Amazon, Audible, and iTunes, and you would have a strong case if you were to say, you know what, those are the big three out. Well, Amazon and Audible are kind of the same thing, but those are the big three out there. That's where I want to focus. I'm going to do exclusive 40% royalty. That would be completely acceptable strategy to do that, and you get your 40% royalty, which is a whole lot bigger than 25. So the reason I do not do it, because one more thing about the exclusive, you are in that contract for 7 years. That means you will be with these guys for 7 years, and if things are just going like gangbusters, awesome. If not, you're stuck for 7 years. I go non-exclusive, partly thanks to players like Find Away Voices, who are going to give me more options than just the three big guys here. As I've posted about many times, I think there are new players in the block. I think they're up and coming, and I think there are some real possibilities for authors to enter those markets and actually make it work. Yep, 25% royalty. That's smaller. Oh well. But here, I will be, of course, it will be these through and anywhere else. Okay. Hey, one note on this. Speaking of exclusivity, so I'm a big Amazon fan as both a reader and a content creator. And one thing that's kind of interesting is that you can stay in KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, and Kindle Select. It's if you don't know what it is, it's basically it is an exclusive agreement with Amazon that you're going to put your ebook only with Kindle. And what's neat about the audio world is that this is a different world. Yes, you're exclusive with KDP or Kindle Unlimited, but you can put your audiobook wherever you want, and your print book for that matter. So another reason I like being elsewhere. In what language is your book? My book's in English. So I'm doing non-exclusive. I'm doing world territory rights for this title. I'm totally guessing on that one, but I don't know. Sounds good. In what language is your audiobook? English. Go. Here we go. I'm clicking to agree and continue that audiobook licensing distribution agreement. There we go. I have reviewed it. Agree and continue. I really want to make sure I am doing the non-exclusive. Great, because I think if I click that on exclusive, I'd be in it for 7 years. Don't want to do that. Agree and continue. About my book. Okay, it pulled my text from Amazon just for the purpose of getting this thing done. I'm going to leave that, and I don't want to fill all this stuff out while you're sitting here, but basically what I was looking for when it's going to ask me for the files, and I sort of wanted to see the process of the files. So I'm just going to put this on pause, fill out some of this stuff, be right back. Okay, I filled out my info. I left this the same. I filled out my name, date, fiction, category, narrator, that's me, audiobook publisher. This is sort of a company of mine. I just put that in there. It's what I've been using as my sort of publisher name. And continue. Okay, upload your audio. This is what I really wanted to see. So I was opening credits. Okay, great. This is what I wanted to know. Opening credits, browse, add your file. Chapter, section, add your file. Okay, interesting. I didn't know how this works because I haven't used this. You give it a title, you browse your file. Looks like you do one at a time. Retail file. There we go. Okay, so I would like to do a pause or something. And there's also my upload, my cover art. And great. So what I really wanted to see was what it looked like to upload. And once I'm done with recording, I will come back to this and do that. But it looks very similar to Findaway Voices. All right, there's your intro into getting started with ACX and just giving you a little glimpse into what it looks like to do that. And while I look for a pause button or something like save and finish this later. Okay, so I can. Okay, I'm going to stop. That was fun.